Welcome to China Uncut, where we peel back the curtain on the stories shaking China today. In this episode, we expose the Chinese Communist Party's shocking misuse of billions in pension funds. The Chinese Communist Party is now being accused of quietly using Chinese people's retirement savings to cover its massive debts. In a bombshell audit released June 27, China's National Audit Office admitted that local governments have misused over 414 billion yuan, about 57 billion US dollars, from pension funds to repay debts and cover basic expenses like public salaries and government operations. The report presented to the National People's Congress reveals that 13 provinces dipped into retirement accounts meant for rural and urban residents, funneling money into what Beijing calls its three guarantees, a euphemism for keeping the government running. But pensions weren't the only funds raided. Billions more were taken from education, agriculture, and public subsidies. In some cases, local governments even borrowed money from charities, all to keep their operations afloat. Experts say this is just the tip of the iceberg. With total local debt ballooning to nearly 100 trillion yuan or 13.9 trillion US dollars, China's true debt to GDP ratio has now exceeded 100%, far beyond the international warning line. Beijing has long claimed it's cracking down on hidden debt, but according to economists, China's entire fiscal system is broken, with lower-level governments shouldering more responsibilities while receiving fewer funds. That mismatch has forced them to juggle finances, often by raiding public funds. And despite annual audits, few officials are held accountable. One analyst compared the process to theater, where everyone acts shocked but little changes. As the economy slows and tax revenue dries up, Beijing is issuing more ultra-long-term bonds to paper over shortfalls. But insiders warn these are toxic assets and ordinary citizens should think twice before investing. So while the CCP urges Chinese people to save for retirement, it's quietly spending those very savings to stay afloat. A growing financial crisis is gripping China's public sector, with civil servants, state employees, and even teachers facing months of unpaid wages. From Liaoning to Shandong, reports of salary delays are sparking public outrage and raising concerns about social stability. One social worker in Shenyang wrote, "My wife's about to give birth and we can't even afford hospital fees." In one district, workers claim salaries haven't been paid for 6 months. In another, state employees say social security payments have also been suspended. Even China's so-called iron rice bowl jobs, long considered untouchable, are no longer safe. A retired official told reporters the government can't sell land, tax revenues are down, and now they can't even guarantee pensions. In Shandong, a town official says their salary was slashed to just 80%. In Henan, a volunteer teacher said rural subsidies are gone, and she's only received 1,500 yuan over 7.5 months. "We can't survive like this," she said. In Jiangsu, nuclear project workers surrounded a company over months of unpaid wages. Even in the relatively strong economy of Guangdong, elderly workers now toil 12-hour shifts on construction sites, earning just 170 yuan a day. A recent government audit found that over 40 billion yuan in agricultural subsidies had been illegally used to pay off public debts and salaries, raising serious red flags. Analysts warn this is not just a money problem. If salaries remain unpaid, public services could collapse, along with the trust that holds the system together. In Shenzhen, a 41-year-old programmer has lived in a park for 3 years, sleeping in his Tesla Model Y and using public facilities to save money, unable to afford a home while traveling 600 kilometers weekly to see his family.
This is not a camper van. This is my Tesla Model Y. It's a mid-size SUV. $11 of electricity covers running the AC all night. The energy consumed for car camping, plus driving from the park to the office, and then back to the park from the office, all that energy consumption. So I camp in the car at the park 4 nights a week and stay at home for 3 nights. The environment here at the park is really great. The public facilities are in excellent condition, way better than the life I had before, spending over $2,000 to live in a tiny single room.
That's all for today's China Uncut. From raided pensions to unpaid workers and a programmer's unconventional life, we've uncovered the cracks in China's economic facade. What do you think about these stories? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more unfiltered insights. See you next time.